That's right. The chase is on as usual. Chasing her around the table here. That's right.
So, out of breath. Oh my God.
It's like an old 50s boss and secretary routine. It's Rachel who's filling in yet again for James Rana, who's off somewhere getting a soup pressed.
I will never be able to fill James' shoes.
Today we're going to be talking about, as I move the microphone into position, Alice, the TV series Alice.
There's a new girl in town and she's feeling good.
Linda Lavin. We should go back that the
neighborhood.
And it was based on the 1974 film Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. That was the movie. I forget the name of the actress. Oh, is it Louise Lasser? Who the heck played Alice in the? I don't know. It wasn't Linda Lavin, but Flo. It was the same. No, it was the second Flo. It was. I forget, but Vic Tayback was in the movie, and he played Mel. It was Mel's Drive-In, so it goes to TV, and it's Alice and her son Tommy. Alice comes to Phoenix.
Right, well, she's now a single mom.
Yeah, she's a new girl in town.
She's got a young boy. I think Tommy was probably around like 5.
Were they living in a trailer park? Did they have a home, or was it a trailer that they lived in?
Oh,
no,
gosh.
Flo lived in a trailer. Right. That was Flo lived in
Margaret.
Right. But I remember her singing a lot on the show. They always have found an excuse to have Alice break into song. Yeah. They would have it's gonna be Broadway night at Mel's Diner. What diner has like theme nights where the staff gets up in gorgeous gowns
oh my
and
gosh.
sings?
In New York City, in the theater district, there are a handful of restaurants. Can I name one?
Sure,
it's a great restaurant. It's called Manger Beve.
This wouldn't happen in Phoenix.
No.
I mean, it's Arizona. And what I remember was that Alice was always dating. It was about her. She was single again, and she was going to start dating. And she always seemed to date these guys. It was the 70s, after all.
All frogs.
Right. They were always these guys that were in, like, these seersucker suits.
Right.
And, I think you're a swell gal, Alice, or something like that, And Mel, wasn't there a sexual tension between Mel and Alice? Did they ever go at it?
Mel probably looked at Alice like the wife that he
could have had, right?
That he maybe actually
had
wanted.
He decided not to just sling hash in the kitchen for the rest of his life. It's a depressing show.
Well, I don't see any reason why a hash slinger can't have a wife.
Well, yeah, that's true. He was married to his diner is really what it came to.
But he could have been married to Alice.
Flo was the breakout character because Kiss My Grits, and she was in love with Burt Reynolds. And Flo was so popular she left and got her own show. There was a spin-off show called Flo, and they brought in another actress who I believe was Diane Ladd, who was in the movie. They brought her in, and I forget the name of her character. Then she left, and then there was a third Southern girl, and I believe her character's name was Jolene, if I'm not mistaken.
Jolene,
I'm not looking at anything here. I think it was Jolene. Right, Dolly Parton song. But they were all supposed to be loose women. Flo's thing was that she was supposed to have all these boyfriends, and Flo was not an attractive lady, but she was...
well, she had confidence, which men find very attractive.
But you know who my favorite character on the show?
I know.
You know.
The telephone guy?
Yeah, because I can imitate him. The telephone guy, who, I don't know the name of the character actor, but he was at the diner every day, and he would say, Vera, this coffee is cold. Mel, can I get a hamburger?
No banging.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mel.
Oh, guys, I wish you could see this.
Can I get a cheeseburger? Vera, Vera was his waitress all the time. I have to go. I got a poll I have to scurry up. So long, Mel. He did his little moment and he left. I think he was the only regular guy that came in there. But I do remember on Alice that they would have these episodes. They would have an early version of what would be known as the very special episode. It would be Alice with some guy that she was dating for a while, and then he found out that she had a teenage son. And they would have a confrontation in the diner, and it would be like, I'm sorry, Alice, I just don't want to get attached to anything. And Alice would say, well, it's too late because Tommy is attached to you. You've got a lot of nerve. And I remember the audience doing one of these, ooh, yeah. They would say,
and he'd be like, look, this just isn't what I signed up for.
Right. And yeah, exactly, with that lingo, yeah. I just didn't sign up for that. Well, let me tell you something. I sound more like Vera than Alice. She would say,
well, let me tell you something.
There you go, yeah.
You should be so lucky to have the two of us in your life.
Right. And then she would go to the front door to leave, and then she would turn around, and that's when she would deliver her zinger.
Right.
And she would say something like, and by the way, we all know it's a toupee. Ah! They would go crazy.
Right.
That's how
Ended on like a funny note.
Right. And then he would just stand there like, oh, I really blew it this time.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I guess that's it.
She made him think.
Yeah. Alice ran for, let me see how many years it ran before we say goodbye here. I can...
Let's guess
do
first.
a little edit. I'm going to say 77?
77 through
83.
Okay.
That's going to be my
I was
guess.
going to say about 7 years, but you might be right. That might be pushing it.
Alice TV series.
Click, click, click.
Click, click.
You
thump,
should
thump.
see the way Ghosty types. He assaults the keyboard. He's like a thug. He's like a keyboard thug.
It ran from 76 to 85.
Yes! Yes! No, I'm
You
just
win
kidding.
nothing. When I was a kid, my father was
I feel guilty if I win. I'm like, oh, Ghosty didn't
No.
get to win.
When I was a kid, my father was a truck driver, and we would go around the country. I've been to pretty much every state, like that Johnny Cash song. I've been everywhere, man. And I've been to Arizona, and I've been to Texas, and I've been to all these places. And we used to go to these greasy spoons all over the country. We would go to either truck stops or, diners that had large enough parking lots that we could park there. Mm-hmm. And we went to all these places. And in reality, growing up, my summers as a kid, because that's when I would go and visit my father, my summers were essentially spent living the TV show
restaurant.
Alice.
Right.
Except it was my dad and I travel. Well, it's got nothing to do, I suppose. But living, going to those diners,
right,
all across, and they were all like that.
Right.
And the waitresses, they don't even wear little uniforms like that anymore, do they?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think
really.
So. You know what? Next time we do one of these, can you come in wearing one of those little uniforms?
Sure, I could.
I think you've got one anyway.
Is that
hidden
in
away
our
in your
budget?
closet? Budget. Hidden away in your closet. I think you've got one of those little uniforms. You wear one of those uniforms, and I'll come in and I'll talk like this. Yeah, I'll have another
and
cup
I'll
of
be
coffee.
Vera, and I'll fumble and stumble and be all nervous and spill your coffee. And
That's okay. I didn't need that sandwich. Sorry. Anyway, that's it. Bye.
I should have really practiced. Next time we should figure out in advance so that we can.
There's no figuring out.
And so I can work on my impressions. All right, Alice Part 2. We'll have
There you go.
more impressions for you.